always love talking to the head men's basketball coach at the University of Lynchburg, Mr. Hilliary Scott. Normally we're talking Hornets, but this time a little bit of a different view of what we're talking about. Coach, you guys have something that is coming up here, and it's an initiative that really involves a lot of people within Lynchburg City. Take the sheet off of it and tell people what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Bob, I appreciate you having me on and giving me the opportunity to talk about this. And there's an organization here in town. It's called the Lynchburg Area Sports Initiative, and LACY for short, which is, I think, kind of a funny acronym. But this organization kind of started last summer where we organized an all-day sports day here on campus, and this organization has it's the ultimate collaborative group with folks from United Way to, obviously University of Lynchburg, the Y, Parks and Rec, Lynchburg City Schools, just a bunch of different organizations that kind of all come together to, and this brainchild, I would say, Nat Marshall, who's part of BWXT and University of Lynchburg grad, him and Coach Olson, our soccer coach, is kind of a brainchild of them, and just trying to, have an opportunity to use sports to just, move our youth forward here in town, particularly our local folks, our city of Lynchburg people, and we've been doing some pop-up clinics and doing some of those things along the way. We had another sports day here about a month ago, and just got a lot of different things going. And out of this, we've been trying to organize an AAU tournament here in town. It's July 30th and the 31st here, so only here in a couple weeks. Just a tournament that we want to try to allow our local folks in particular an opportunity to come together and play in one of these travel AAU tournaments. Out of this group, I don't know if you heard much about our Lacey Sports Locker that we have. Mm-hmm. In the Parkview Mission at the Plaza. That is another part of this, organization where we're getting, new or lightly used equipment. We just want our youth here in town to have the opportunities to be able to shine and use sports, as a vehicle moving forward, and hopefully something that's going to allow them success. And I know basketball has been a big part of my life, and I was, able through my parents to have resources and able to do some things. We just want to make sure everybody has that opportunity.
Yeah, and the one thing I'll say, you mentioned about Dr. Olson as well. The one thing I'll say about so many people at Lynchburg is it's not a halfway thing. Guys go full in and do things the right way. One thing you talk about doing things the right way is a lot of your AAU tournaments throughout seasons can be a little pricey, but this one it can kind of help those. I don't want to say take over. I'm not going to say good words like you will. So take over for me.
Yeah, so I'm glad you brought that up. So the cost of this AAU tournament is $100 a team, and what we don't want is that cost to scare off people. Mm-hmm. When sometimes you see something that's cheap and you think it's going to be cheap, the product is going to be cheap. Well, our purpose for this is to again make it accessible and equitable for as many kids as possible. I'm knee deep in the AAU scene right now. To be honest, July is a big part of our recruiting period, and we're traveling to these different AAU tournaments, and my son plays as well. And these tournaments can cost teams upwards of $500 to $800 to participate, and that's just to be involved in the tournament. That doesn't count the travel. That doesn't count gas or food or hotels, and these weekends can be super, super pricey. And so we decided, hey, if we could make something affordable, and we're certainly would love to have some outside teams come in, some teams from out of town, but we particularly want to allow our kids here in the city of Lynchburg to be able to participate in one of these tournaments, and not have to worry about coming up with a bank loan to play in it, and so that is our purpose for this. Is to really make a tournament accessible and equitable for all of our folks, and have that opportunity for people to play in a tournament they may not be able to do otherwise. And so again, we'd love to have some outside teams, but we also we want to make sure we're providing something for our local folks as well.
We'll ask you in a minute the way people can get registered if they have not for teams. But one last thing I want to touch on real quick is this is an inaugural event. Hopefully, that's starting with the first one here. What do you hope that you guys can learn, and maybe everybody can learn, from a perspective of how we can make it better the second time?
Yeah, great question. Obviously, this is something that we're hoping we can have, a little success this first year and be able to build on it. And, I think for us, it's just getting the word out, not only about the tournament itself, but the organization and what we're trying to do. This tournament is allowing, folks to sponsor teams, so $100 is something that, we're hoping in the future that folks will come out of the, and maybe sponsor a team or sponsor a group of kids to participate in something like this. And what we're hoping, our grand goal is to have one of the biggest, AAU tournaments in the state, and have it where, teams are traveling all over the state or surrounding states to come play in this tournament, and, not only expose our kids, our local kids to outside competition, but allowing, those outside groups who travel in to see what our city of Lynchburg is all about, from our downtown area to our nice restaurants and shops, and just, really see what our area is all about. So we're hoping, this can bring light to our organization, what we're trying to do, provide a quality tournament with great competition that's coming from out of town, and obviously having those folks be able to, really see what the city of Lynchburg and our surrounding areas is all about.
Final thing, I take it that the big push is to get teams registered. If they wanted to, how do they get that done?
Yeah, so they can jump on the Lacey site. That will take you right to the site, and you'll be able to register right there. It's pretty simple. You can pay by credit card. I think we also have a PayPal part of that connected to it. So laysi.org, laysi.org/showcase, and that will take you right to the site to sign up.
And we'll get your links posted as well. Coach, always a pleasure to talk to you, and I'll tell you, I feel like we can never run out of topics with you. We can always talk about something.
Always enjoyed catching up, man, and I really appreciate you getting this out for us, and hopefully we got one last push to sign up some more teams.